ये जो इलेक्शन चुनाव होने वाला है वो है।
As the clock ticks down to General Election 2024, I'm taking you down the path of India's first historic general election. It shaped the polity and the political landscape of India. India was just free from the throes of colonial rule in 1947, but it was only in 1951-52 that India could hold its first Lok Sabha election. There were 175 million voters, 80% of them were illiterate. So how challenging was India's first general election? Hello, I'm Tulika and you're watching Bottom Line. In every episode of Bottom Line, I'm bringing you the most unique, interesting and unusual aspects of India's general election. And this time, it's all about the story of India's first historic election. Here we go. The first election was held over a hopping 68 phases. There were 1874 candidates and 53 political parties competing for 489 seats in the Lok Sabha. One of the first big tasks was to make electoral rolls. All the 175 million voter names had to be compiled and entered. 16,500 contractual clerks were appointed to do this task within 6 months. Then campaign expenses, rules and regulations had to be drafted and voters had to be educated on the whole process. India's democracy was on trial. A series of mock elections were arranged. Since India's voters couldn't read or write, they were asked to spot their favorite candidates using election symbols. These symbols were allotted to political parties by the Election Commission of India. And then came the ballot box, the sacred symbol of democracy. 10 million rupees were spent in making 2 million ballot boxes. A factory in Mumbai actually made 50,000 ballot boxes every single day to meet the demand. If placed end to end, these could stretch to 526 kilometers. In comparison, the height of world's tallest mountain, Mount Everest, is 8 kilometers. Political fever ran high. Campaigners used every media to sway the voters. In fact, according to the Election Commission of India, nearly 400 new newspapers were launched, and most of them ceased publication once the election got over. The candidates also held rallies and speeches to communicate to voters. Jawaharlal Nehru, president of the Congress Party, was the most popular and prominent leader at the time. He was also the first Prime Minister since 1947. And it is said that he made a lightning tour of the land, meeting millions of voters within a period of just 9 weeks to catch the political pulse of India. Noted historian Ramachandra Guha has mentioned in his writings, in fact, that Nehru travelled 25,000 miles in all, 18,000 by air, 5,200 by car, 1,600 by train and even 90 by boat. Other prominent leaders included Jai Prakash Narayan, leader of the Socialist Party of India, and the young hero of the Quit India Rebellion of 1942. There was also the Communist Party of India and the Bharatiya Janata, the parent organization of today's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. This was led by founder and leader Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Then there was also B.R. Ambedkar, the great Dalit lawyer, who was also a key opposition leader of the time. Most of these opposition leaders accused the Congress of being elitist and for betraying its commitment to the poor people of India. Nearly 200,000 polling booths were set up using government and private buildings, and even makeshift arrangements were made where it was not possible to have concrete structures. Around 27,000 polling booths were reserved for women. This great voting experiment unfolded on 25th October 1951, when the Himalayan hill folks were the first ones to vote in India's first general election. This was because of the tough weather conditions over there. The rest of the country followed soon after, and the overall voter turnout was 45.7%. We all know that it was the Congress Party which won comfortably, securing 364 of 489 Lok Sabha seats. The runner-up in this election was the Communist Party of India. It contested 49 seats and won 16. While Jawaharlal Nehru became the first democratically elected Prime Minister of independent India. And all of this was made possible by one man who supervised and led the entire process. Not only did he devise the entire election system of India, but also created the election body itself. It was Sukumar Sen, the first Chief Election Commissioner of India, who remained amid all the chaos and the noise, the unsung hero of Indian democracy. Well, with that, it's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this peek into India's first general election. See you soon.